Wife's perspective. My wife has been insisting that we have a three-way with my sister. When I put my foot down and told her no, she took matters into her own hands. First things first, I know I effed up badly. I made a huge mistake and I deeply regret it, but I had my reasons. So for the first 7 years of my marriage with my husband, I deeply suppressed my desire for sleeping with women. You see, my husband was right, I am bi, but I'm mostly lesbian. I would say I lean 90/10 towards women, and the fact that I could never sleep with women was killing me on the inside. Sure, I had done things behind my husband's back, but they were only minor, a kiss here or there or subtly flirting with female co-workers, nothing major. I was not a person who wanted to cheat on her husband, but it got to a point where I could no longer hold in my desire and I approached my husband with them. I asked him if he would be open to a poly relationship. I knew that the thought of him with another woman would kill me, but I wanted other women so badly that I was willing to make this trade-off. Well, my husband did not see it this way. No amount of begging and pleading, or even rational reasoning got my husband, and he put his foot down. I ended up letting it go, as I understood that no amount of asking him would make him say yes. I thought long and hard and I thought I was willing to put my desires to rest. That was until I saw his sister at the family holiday in Bali. Jess has always caught my eye as a very attractive woman, but it was only when I saw her in a two-piece bikini on the beach that my fantasies about her started running wild. I have always been into athletic girls, and her body was that of a pure athlete. I wanted her so badly, and I knew that she was lesbian, and also knew she found me attractive as she had said so before. During this holiday we made out when drunk, but agreed to never do it again. My husband never suspected this. However, after the holiday he did ask me about it. I didn't want to admit it, but I eventually did. I then asked him to sleep with his sister, and he said no again. I promised to him that this was the only thing I wanted, and if he let me have it I would never pester him about being poly again. He kept saying no, and I kind of gave up in my mind. It was that night that I checked out of the relationship, and before going to bed I had a full bottle of wine to myself and drunk texted Jess. She responded almost instantly too, and she happened to be on a night out. We exchanged flirtatious texts and that's how our affair began. For the next 2 weeks my husband and I did not talk, and I was texting and meeting up with Jess every second or third day. We always did it at her house while my husband was at work. The one day we decided to do it at mine. My husband was supposed to be working late and so I suggested she come over. I told her I had a surprise for her and since my husband and I's bed was king size, it was better and more spacious. Well, our world came crashing down when my husband caught us. That's when I realized what I had done. When my husband left I realized just how much I was missing out on without having him there. He was the breadwinner that paid for everything, he helped with chores, he cooked dinner most nights. All I did was stay at home while he was away, wishing a woman would come by. It was heartbreaking when my husband blocked me. Jess and I tried to continue our affair but to no avail, the guilt of what we did caught up to us, and we are no longer in contact. The next few months were painful, I think I cried every single night. I resorted to a lot of alcohol and binge-watching TV. I texted a lot of women and even joined dating apps, trying to fill the void that was missing with endless intimate encounters with other women, but no matter how attractive they were, my husband was always on my mind. I even broke down crying during intimacy with a random woman I had met on Tinder one of these times. No matter how much I begged my husband, he didn't forgive me. The divorce is now finalized, and I'm deeply hurt. I was with him for 10 years. He's the love of my life. Why did I have to be so stupid? I hate myself for the way I am. Why couldn't I just control my desires?